Okay, welcome everybody to my big experiment. Today we're going to try to play a game with 100 phones. And my name is Ernest Micklei. I'm a lead developer of Ubuntu platform. And before we start playing the game, and as I understand we have a half an hour, so we can really enjoy ourselves today. I'd like to explain something about the Ubuntu platform itself, so that you understand why I created it and how it was created. And Ubuntu is really a cloud platform for developing and running games. It's a multiplayer game platform in the cloud, basically. So there are a lot of game engines out there, right? There are a lot of 3D engines, 2D engines, and by building this platform, we really targeted to very specific kind of games. First of all, we would like to have single screen display. So we all sit together with friends and play a game looking at one big screen. Of course, we introduced 2D graphics, and 2D graphics is typically easy to view in a big screen, whereas 3D graphics could be a difficulty. And we put in physics, because physics are fun, right? And the platform really focuses on multiplayer functionality, so that's all built in. And one aspect that's really clear from the start is, well, everybody should be able to easily join a game. So it doesn't help if people need to install stuff or buy hardware and so on. So we thought, well, why not use the technology and the devices you already have, and to make this game available to you as a player, both to interact with, but also to watch. So we use a browser to watch what we call the cinema part of the game. That's where the game is actually displayed. And we use the same browser on your phone as the controller part. This is one of the example games we were facing at. So here you see two guys picking up their phone, and they play, or they actually test a game we wrote for Dutch Railways. Is it a bit visible? I think so, yes. So, like I said earlier, it should be easy to join. So, no installation, right? No special hardware other than a smartphone, which is capable of just sending the interactions you do with the phone. No registration of this game. It's really preventing people from joining existing game. And of course, no payment. Who pays for games, right? To play. And then we started thinking about, well, so that we have the visualization part and the controller part. How about creating these games? And then we realized, well, JavaScript API is really a simple language to learn, very powerful. There are lots of libraries out there. So why don't we provide this game platform a simple JavaScript API? Using that API, you can create sprites, move them around, respond to events, and so on. And of course, a game is not a game without images, sounds, and data to process. And that's how they all come together in one platform. This is one of the first working demos I created. This is actually my daughter playing on an iPad. As you can see, she uses the iPad to interact. And she just draws shapes and tries to interact with objects created on the view. So I use a simple monitor as what we call the cinema, and just touch input from the iPad as the controller. So let's look at how this actually was created. So we created at least two input modes for the controller. One is called the draw input mode, and the other is called the edge input mode. Using the draw input mode, you can put gestures on your phone. So, for instance, if you want to draw a triangle, notice that it is counterclockwise. Then the controller will send a gesture event to the server. Here, somebody draw a triangle. And you, in your script, react to that event. You say, well, maybe I want to actually draw the triangle itself. And on the right, you see the edge input. The edge input is triggered when you take your phone and place two fingers basically on your phone. Then you create an edge interaction. Let's look at a small part of that script. This is actually the script you write that gets executed on the server. And this particular part reacts on the event called player joined. Someone connected to the server, player joined. What should happen? And the first step, we enable the input draw. So you and on your controller, this particular player, will actually react to these draw events and send gestures. But also the edge input. So both the single and two touch are enabled. Next, we give it a bit of a color, and we also tell the player, well, if you use the edge mode, then we want to show it on the cinema. So we enable the output called edge. So why not we play this? So I would like you to join me on this game. Enter this URL, devoxx.ubineater.com, and you should see kind of a waiting screen that looks like this. It says waiting, and that's because I have to start a game first. Yes! Thanks! So if somebody draws the zigzag, then we can start all over. I see at least one person who's able to interact. Is there a... Yes. Oh, okay. It's full, yes. I only allowed 10 people, but I don't see 10. Ten at the moment, but there will be a next game where all of you can join. So this is an example how hard it can be to build a game that actually is really playable. I mean, do you know which control is which and so? Who's doing what? So let me continue to the next part, so we can really play the actual game. Yeah. So that's. So I'll make you wait now, is that correct? So the keynote. Open. So I'm afraid to start it again, but let's do it anyway. So we were here. So this is a bit of an overview. So this was happening. I created a game. I called it one of the assets. I uploaded it to this game server, and the game server is now ready to accept connections. And there are two kinds of connections. One is connected to the cinema. In this case, my laptop is shown the cinema part of the game. It will receive all the display information from the server, and of course, you having a phone or any other controller device is connected to Wi-Fi or 3G, sending all the commands, so the interactions, to the server. And as a developer, I just publish these scripts and images and all the other data. And on ubineater.com, I can start this game and open a display on this particular game. And as soon as the game is running, everybody can join, like I just showed you. So before we do the bigger game I was planning to do today, I want to inform you that we are doing a beta testing now. So if you send me a request to this address, I can provide you with a URL so that you have your own development server and you can start playing and write games yourself. So now I'm going to switch again. At this time it works. So I'll make H. And this is level 1. So the goal is to occupy the circle. So you're either on the left team, the blue team, or the green team. So the purpose is to get the highest score so that you win this particular level. And I see blue is really trying hard. Can you give me the music? Oh, that's not on. I create some music that goes with that. Oh, damn it. Sorry about that, guys. Open recent, looped. Yes. Do you have sound?
Is it in, yeah? Can you put it louder?
Yeah, I did, but... So what happened?
That's not open, I need to.
Okay. Yeah, first let me fix the game itself. Did it crash? Oh, my internet is gone. Connection. Damn it. I no longer internet. So maybe I switch to Wi-Fi instead. There it is. Okay. Yes. Make page. Okay.
And your laptop itself? Definitely.
Yes. I'm not touching it anymore. So you're close to each other. I see 72. So if you manage to have the same number, then we stay on this level. I noticed, by the way. So let's try this. Yes, of course, the difficulty is who do I represent? I should have given you a number so you know which number is who's who, and so. But maybe you can do better. I invite you to create your own game. Yes! Okay. Give me one more. Great, excellent. Do you want to try the other one once more? Why not? So I actually prepared 4 levels, but for some reason we can't get past the first one. And when creating this, I realized that the competitive part is really interesting in the game, right? Having 2 teams working against each other, or with each other. And then it no longer it's really important who's who in this case. So let's see if we can get to level 2. No, sorry guys, something was missing. Okay, thank you for joining me, and hope to see your games soon. Thanks.